In today's Razorback Daily, it's game day, and we're previewing the Sweet 16 matchup with Texas Tech. Plus, hear from Adou Thiero and Jonas Aidoo. It's Thursday, March 27th, 2025. I'm Queen Grovey alongside my man Matt Zimmerman. You're listening to the Razorback Daily.
All right, Quinn Grove, here we are on this Thursday. Razerbacks, it is game day. We hadn't played since last Saturday. Seems like it's been a long wait of this anticipation. Arkansas versus Texas Tech Red Raiders. Texas Tech, interesting basketball team. They can shoot the basketball. They've had a good year. They've had some ups and downs. They've gotten beat some. They've had some good wins. They beat Houston. I don't care who you are. You beat Houston, you're capable of beating anybody.
But I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm going to run through their couple of their big wins and a couple of their losses here. Then we've got a couple interviews we want you to hear. I got to visit with a lot of our guys after practice on Wednesday at the Chase Center. We're going to play two of them on here. They're pretty interesting. And then you can also go to Hogs Plus and the rest of the interviews. We got a pretty good interview with Boogie. We got one with Zavonamir. We've got one with Billy Richmond I thought was really good. And they're all pretty short interviews. They will be on Hogs Plus. But before we get into that, as we talk about Texas Tech, 27-8. They went 15-5 in the Big 12. And, Quinn, their best wins, interesting. I was looking at their game against Wyoming. I watched a few minutes of this game. It was November. Wyoming's not a big basketball juggernaut. But they beat them 96-49. Texas Tech's not considered to play very good defense by many. I'm like, well, number one, I know they play pretty good defense because Grant McClaslin's a good basketball coach. He emphasizes defense. Number two, they're 27-8. Can't be 27-8, play bad defense. And number three, there was just a lot of games that jumped out at me, like the Wyoming game where they held a team to 49 points. They played ORU, not another great, but they held them to 50 points. They had some games where they really held folks down. These are their losses, folks, because losses always give you hope that you could be one of those teams to beat Texas Tech. They lost to Texas A&M 72-67 in Fort Worth. They didn't lose any in November. That was in December. They lost to the University of Central Florida. They were just okay. They lost to that one in Lubbock. I thought that gave me a lot of hope. They lost. They couldn't. Now, here's where their defensive issues held. They couldn't stop. So I went back and watched the last 10 minutes of that game. They couldn't get a stop. UCF hitting threes, hitting pull-ups, beat them 87-83 at Tech. But they did win at Utah and at Brigham Young, which is hard places to play. They lost in Lubbock again to Iowa State in overtime. And then they won the rest of their games in January, including a good win, 70-54. There's another low-scoring game against Arizona, Quinn, 70-54. And then February, they went to Houston. Grant McCaslin got kicked out. They had a couple terrible calls early. He got kicked out of the game early. They were going to get smacked. Without their head coach, they beat Houston in Houston 82-81 in overtime. That's impressive.
Big win.
They held Baylor to 59, beat Baylor 73-59. Then they went to Arizona, and there's another one of their losses. Arizona paid them back. They beat Arizona in Lubbock. Arizona beat them in Tucson. They beat Arizona State in 2 overtimes in Lubbock. Arizona State was not a great team. They won. How about this, Quinn? This is when you knew it was bad at Oklahoma State. They went to Oklahoma State February 15th. They won. Texas Tech won 93-55. That's a button-up. They went to TCU the next game, and they lost at TCU 69-66. Then they beat West Virginia. Now they get that return game against Houston in Lubbock. Houston, I watched that game on ESPN. Houston beat them 69-61. Houston looked so good in that game. They got into March. They went 6-1 in March. Their only loss was against Arizona in the conference tournament. So they beat Arizona once. Arizona beat them twice. In the NCAA tournament, they had a good draw. 3 seed, they beat number 14 UNC Wilmington, 82-72. That was in Wichita. Then they played Drake, and they beat Drake, who was an 11 seed, 77-64. Pretty good basketball team, Quinn. This will not be an easy game. We talked about this quite a bit yesterday, but this is a winnable game, folks. And if you're a Razorback, you gotta like the Hogs' chances. This is not a big, tall Tech team. This is a little bit smaller team than the Razorbacks, but pretty good athletes, and they got a lot of tough kids. We talked yesterday about Chase McMillan, number 0. Has not been playing. He was a second team all conference guy. We're hearing he's going to play, and we heard he wasn't going to play. So there ain't no sense in worrying about it, Quinn. Just show up and see if Chase McMillan shows up. But pretty exciting, Quinn. Game tonight.
When you look at the losses, though, that's what I'm actually, if you can say they're impressive losses, they've got some impressive losses. I mean, to some teams that are pretty solid basketball teams. And so, when I've seen Arizona and Houston play, those two teams, they get after it. And so to be able to win games against them, well, actually Arizona beat them twice, though. So, it's a good basketball team. There's no doubt about it. And hopefully they can't shoot it well. I mean, we know they've got 3-point shooters. I know you're going to talk a little bit about that. But it's a big time opponent for Arkansas, and I know we'll be ready to go. The 2 questions or the 3 questions I always ask you, and I know you're going to get into it, but the 3 questions I always ask you: 1, can they shoot the 3? 2, do they have a guard that can handle pressure and dictate tempo? And 3, do they ever play zone? Those are the 3 things I always ask you, because that's the things that I look at when we're going against an opponent. So I'm sure you'll get to that at some point.
Those are really good questions, and I love number 3 the most. Question number 3, Quinn, being, do they play zone? And I asked Kevin Buddy, our video guy, and they've not played one possession of zone all year.
Good.
Thank you, Texas Tech. Thank you, TT. Bang, bang, bang. Thank you. Now, but Texas Tech has got a good coach. He may come out first possession and play zone. This is the NCAA tournament. Tech wants to win too. And so they may play zone. They are not a zone defensive team. And then I look back and I was asking some questions, and last year they played like 5 possessions of zone. And when they do play zone, he's generally played a 1-3-1. But this season, he's not played any zone defense. If you're a Razorback fan and you've been following this team, and you saw our problems against Baylor and some of the zones that have hurt us, including Kansas in the second half, although we won the game, you got to feel pretty good that we're playing a team that doesn't want to play zone. They're a man-to-man team.
Yep.
I'm kind of like you, Quinn. I probably wouldn't play Arkansas man-to-man. But McCaslin's a good coach. The second question, do they have a guard? They do have guards that can handle pressure, and they take care of the ball pretty well. They have had some turnover issues at times, but overall, they take care of the basketball pretty well. One of their guys that's pretty good, number 24, Walton, the 5th-year senior who played at North Carolina, Kerwin Walton. We talked about him yesterday. He's not a huge assist guy, okay, but he's doesn't have a lot of turnovers. He's a guy that can shoot the ball, but he can help them handle the ball when they need to. 73 assists for Christian Anderson. He was a all freshman team, Big 12. He's going to be wearing number 4. He's a pretty good guard. Darian Williams, number 5. He's more of a forward, but he's got 119 assists. I had to double check and triple check that. He's got 119 assists and 60 turnovers. He's not a point guard, but he helps them get into their offense. We talked yesterday about Chance McMillan and what he does. And he's a guy, he doesn't have big assist numbers, but this year he's got 56 assists, 31 turnovers. They handle the ball better when he is in the ball game. So they've got some guys, they kind of handle things by committee. Toppin is not an assist guy. He's got 37 the whole season. That's their big inside lefty, number 15. But they kind of handle it with a group. But listen to this one before we end that question about Elijah Hawkins. To me, he is a huge key to this game. Number 3. Hawkins, Quinn, he averages 9. That's good. I've been talking about these people getting 40 assists, 70 assists, 117 assists, or 119 assists for Williams. Hawkins, Elijah Hawkins, a DC kid, transfer from Minnesota. He was at Howard and then in Minnesota. Folks, he's got 214 assists and 63 turnovers. Quinn, Boogie would have had that. If Boogie doesn't get hurt, he's got 250. But that guy's got Boogie Fland assist numbers. He's the key to the whole thing for me, Elijah Hawkins. They say he's 5'11". A friend of mine that coaches in the Big 12 told me he's about 5'9".
Mm-hmm.
But
you know they lie. You ain't got to lie, Craig.
You ain't got to lie, Craig. But this DC kid is tough. It's his first season at Tech. This is his 5th year of college basketball. To me, number 3, Elijah Hawkins is the key. Everyone's going to say Toppin. Everyone's going to say Overton. Everyone's going to say Williams. Everyone's going to say Kerwin, Walton, Federico, who's their big man. Federico's not bad. Not much of an offensive scoring guy. A little bit limited, but he gives them some good size. He's 6'11", 225. But let me tell you, this kid is the key. Number 3. The key is number 3, Elijah Hawkins. If he doesn't have a very good game, if he doesn't do much, our guards bother this little guard, Razorbacks are going to be in great shape. So I love that.
They're going to bother him. They're definitely going to bother him. Our guards are definitely going to bother him. So I got one more question for you, and I saw Cal talk about this. He talked about when Texas Tech gets an offensive rebound, they don't get the rebound to like turn around and try to score down low. They get a rebound to try to throw it back out and shoot another 3.
Kick it out.
What kind of challenge does that pose? I mean, because like you don't want them to get an offensive rebound. In a lot of cases, you want a lot of your guys crashing the boards to get the rebound.
Yeah.
But I mean, you go crash the boards, and then now you got to be thinking retreat to get back out there, because that's I mean, how do you deal with that as a coach, knowing that that's the MO when they get an offensive rebound, kick it out and shoot a 3?
We have some people that do that in our league, so that helps us. Alabama does that a lot. Offensive rebound, those big posts for Alabama, they're told you make a quick decision. You can power that thing up and dunk it or go score, do it. If not, kick that out to Mark Sears. Kick it out to all those guards that they Phylon, all those guys they got that can shoot a 3. And so Alabama does that. You know, even Auburn, who flies to the offensive glass, sometimes they'll get it. They'll kick it out to Denver Jones, or they'll kick the ball out to one of those other guys stretched out shooting a 3. I'll tell you who else does it. Missouri does a lot of offensive rebound, kick it out to a 3-point shooter. So we have seen teams that do that. These guys shoot a lot of 3s. When I was interviewing our players, Quinn, almost every one of them talked about how many 3s that these guys shoot. That tells me our staff is hammering it into our players. Guys, this is a 3-point launching team, and we have got out and contest. Texas Tech is not big. This is not a big team. By SEC standards, Razorback fans, this is not a big team. It's just not. Let me read some of their sizes of these guys that are going to play. McMillan, we don't know if he'll play, 6'3". Kevin Overton, 6'5", 185. Elijah Hawkins, 5'9" to 5'11", depending on what it is, 160. Christian Alexander, good player, 6 foot tall, 185. Darian Williams, good player. They call him Darian Williams, Darrion. Darian Williams, 6'6", 220. JT Toppin, the Big 12 Player of the Year, number 15, lefty, 6'9", 220. You're saying, Z, 6'9", 220 is big. It is. It's not Jonas Ado, Trevin Brazil, Zavonimir Ivizic big. Those guys are 7'2", 6'10", 6'11".
Long wingspan.
Barefoot,
Long wingspan.
with long wingspan. No offense to JT Toppin. Congratulations on your Big East on your Big 12 Player of the Year. That's a great achievement. Just like R.J. Lewis, congratulations on the Big East Player of the Year. Kerwin Walton, good player, Quinn. 6'5", 210. And then Federico, 6'11", 220, 225 area. Okay. That's not a big team for SEC standards. That would be one of the smaller teams, Quinn, in the SEC. And Arkansas Razorbacks are big. We're a big old team.
And athletic.
Quinn. And athletic. Quinn, I just don't know how. That's good for us. I'm not saying a negative word about Texas Tech. That's their sizes. That's a good team. Grant McCaslin, he's done a good job. If you ask me, I had to coach one of these two teams tonight at the Chase Center, I'm picking the Razorbacks to coach. I just like size and length and athletic ability, and we have that. Texas Tech's got great athletes. They're tough, man. They're mean, they're tough, and they're well coached. They're just a smaller team compared to our guys. Hey, Hog fans, are you ready for Tusker's Tavern? Man, what a great place. Todd Martin, so proud of this place. Located at Mission and Crossover in Fay, this new, unique gathering place is brought to you by the owners of Eastside Grill, Theo's, and Southern Food Company. That's another awesome place to go. Featuring an extensive bourbon selection and handcrafted cocktails, Tusker's is the perfect place to enjoy an after-work drink, host your private event, or wind the night down after dinner. Visit the website at tuskerstavern.com to check out their delicious food menu. We can't wait to make memories with you. Tusker's Tavern says, go Hogs.
In Fay, huh? In Fay.
Fay. Yeah, that's my word. I've been using Fay.
Okay. All right.
Fish City Grill is your neighborhood seafood joint. The friendly folks at Fish City Grill. That's my man, Brett Brundage, good friend of Quinn and I's. They're ready to satisfy any of your craving. Fish and chips, freshly shucked oysters, catfish, gumbo, to their great fish tacos. Whether you're dining in or ordering to go, make the locally owned Fish City Grill your home for all things seafood. Home is more important than ever. You bet it is. Arvest Bank is here to help you with all of your home loan needs for a new home, a refinance, or making improvements to your current home. Well, then get started today. Arvest.com/home for me. Check out this website. It's really good, easy to maneuver. Arvest.com/home for me. Or you can always go by one of their multiple branches. They're so good. Equal housing lender. All loans are subject to credit approval. Quinn, let's jump into these clips right here, because I know Miss Tara's like, are y'all ever going to get to the clips? And we are. Yes, ma'am, we're going to get to the clips. And we're going to start off with Jonas Aidoo, the Razorback senior from Durham, North Carolina. This is at after practice on Wednesday at the Chase Center. Jonas, this sure is fun. Are you having a good time?
Absolutely. I mean, there's no time like March.
Well, you've been a part of it a lot of times, and this year you have been better than you've ever been. You've come on, you were outstanding in Providence, and you played a great game against St. John's. You had to battle the foul trouble, but you linked. Your athleticism has really bothered them. The Kansas game, I'll always remember that game where that first half where it was just Jonas score, Jonas score, Jonas score, Jonas score. Providence was pretty good to us. It was pretty good to you.
Pretty good to Hog Nation. I mean, I'm just grateful to be out here with a great group of guys, great coaching staff, and Hog Nation. I mean, just want to go all the way, do great things in San Francisco. Let's go all the way.
You've been a part of good teams before, and this is a great team, but all year you guys have stuck together, as Coach Cal has said. It seems like right now everybody, it all feels right, doesn't it? It just feels like everything's going good for us. How do you think we were able to hold all that together as the season moved on?
I mean, like I always say, the adversity we went through earlier in the season definitely prepped us for what we're going through in March. So, all these games are going to be hard. Obviously, every team is really talented, really well coached. So, everything we went through earlier in the season helps us on later on in March down the stretch. So, we have the Big 12 game. We're coming. Texas Tech, really good team. Shoot a lot of threes. They can score inside. So, we've seen that before in our league. So, just playing in a good league like that prepares us for a game like this.
Well, Texas Tech has got good bigs, but they're a little different. They're a little bit shorter than we are, but they move. Those guys move and quickness, and they know how to play. So they're not quite as big as some of the SEC guys you've been battling, but very talented. Toppin's a really good player.
He is. I mean, he's Big 12 Player of the Year, so it's going to be a fun matchup. I take those matchups pretty personal, and just want to have as much fun as I can. Playing against a player like that.
Yeah. Watch your free throws. They're like automatic right now. What's going on with the free throws? They look beautiful.
Don't want to jinx it. Just been in the gym working on it. Don't want to jinx it. Let's just keep shooting 100% right now.
I know. I've been slid every game, and I'm like, man, Jonas is wearing it out from the free throw line. But we've talked all season about how good you use your left hand. You're good with your right hand, and you make quick post moves. Sometimes you slow down, take your time. I know you're feeling where the defense is, but where did you learn all your post skill at?
I give a lot of credit to Kenny Payne right now. We've been doing a lot of individuals workouts, so I've been working on my moves with him. But, I always been a post player, but, I give my credit to him right now because I've been working with him a lot.
And what's the deal with Durham? Because I've been noticing all these folks, Durham's an underrated basketball producing place. Ricky Council, there's been a lot of folks come out of Durham. Pretty good basketball there.
It is. I mean, we call North Carolina the hoop state. I mean, a lot of people want to argue, but North Carolina is really the hoop state. There's a lot of ballers there, so shout out to hoop state.
Yeah. Well, you've had a great season. I know you got to be pretty proud of yourself.
I definitely am, but I want more. I want more for the team, more for us, so I just want to go all the way.
All right, good stuff there from Jonas Aidoo after practice. And I just love the confidence he has right now, and I really appreciate how much he brags on his coaches. Coach, just in a short interview there, he talks about Coach Cal glowingly. He talks about his post work, his post skill development. And he had, I saw those moves at Tennessee. So he had a lot of those things before he got here. But he still bragged on Coach Payne and how Coach Payne has helped him get better. You could say that's a pretty mature guy there, Quinn.
Well, no doubt about it. And, if we're going to be honest, this basketball team has got a lot of great players, but we didn't really become really, really scary until Jonas got started. When Jonas got started, it was just like that that unlocked a whole nother avenue. And like when you asked him that question, he was just killing Kansas. And I was just going crazy. I was just like, I cannot believe this guy is absolutely dotting them up like that. And they couldn't stop him. They couldn't stop him. And so he is a presence now that you have to have a plan for. So again, I think early on, they didn't have to worry about an inside presence. Now you got to worry about an inside presence, which opens things up for Nelly, Z, Wagner, all those guys on the perimeter, Carter. So that inside presence is so big. And then now he's blocking shots. He's doing things on the defensive end. So he's a guy that's going to require a team to put in some additional practice time in regards to what are they going to do when they drop that ball down the post, and how do we not let that ball get back out to one of those wide open shooters. So he has been, to me, the key to why Arkansas has a chance to go as far as they want to go, simply because of that inside presence, big, long guy with a lot of experience, a mature guy who can handle a lot. And Jonas has been great. And I'll take Jonas showing up late to the party than never showing up. And so I'm glad he showed up late to the party, and that just gives you an opportunity, man.
I like how you say that for sure. If we'd have had a healthy and a better Jonas November, December, January, we're not sitting here with 13 losses. But right now, it don't matter that we have 13. It does not matter. Now, we didn't win the league. That'd have been nice. We didn't win the conference tournament. That'd have been nice. But we can still achieve everything else, which is win a national championship, go to a Final Four, go as far as you can in an NCAA tournament, and we have a very healthy his mind is in such a good place right now. I see it. I'm around these guys. His attitude, his mindset, it's better, and it's more determined than it was in November and December, where he was going through an injury, and he was battling that stuff. Been so impressed with Jonas and what he's done. And speaking of coming off an injury, Adou Thiero. We know the comments that Cal made nationally on Tuesday. We talked about his return, and we're still very excited about his return. He went hard Tuesday at the University of San Francisco. Media was not there. I was there. Coach talked about it. It's not a secret. He practiced hard. He got after it. He looked good. He looked dang good. And then a little bit of soreness. And
But
I wouldn't
that's to be
say this normally.
expected, though,
Yeah,
Z.
I wouldn't even say this normally, but the media is allowed in the first 15 minutes of practice at the arena. So the media was there. All of in Arkansas. Hey, good job, Arkansas TV stations and print. You let your folks come. And we had probably at least, I'd have to count them up, at a minimum of 20 Arkansas media people there, man. That was good to see. Good work. But he did not, in front of that media, he didn't practice. On Wednesday at the Chase Center, he was not able to go. But we got to sit down and talk to him after that practice. Here's Adou Thiero. Adou, we just all worried about you, and we're so glad that you're back here with the Arkansas Razorbacks. I know you've enjoyed the journey, but it's been tough because you've been hurt. You're a great player. Talk about what you've had to go through.
No, it was a tough time going out at that time, towards the end of the season, especially when we're trying to make a fight for to make the dance. But I just had to be patient, stay positive, not let outside comments get to me or just any outside noise. But just being able to watch my team hold down the fort and make the dance, that was just great to see, and I was just proud, happy, everybody's happy at that moment.
Yeah.
But just being able to face adversity like that, that's just something great to witness.
You've had to go through the whole realm of maybe I can get back, maybe I can't, the timing of it, because you did get hurt late in the season, February 22nd against Missouri. So that's a lot on you mentally. So how have you stayed positive through all that?
Really just trying to keep my mind off of it, trying to stay busy doing other things, playing video games, just anything to keep my mind off of it. And then just during games and stuff like that, just being happy for my brothers. That's what helped me get through. Just knowing we've been through a lot and they're out here getting the job done. That was enough for me. But now I'm trying to be able to help the team out, get out there, give them that extra boost they need. So that's also a great feeling to be able to do that.
Well, you've been great on the bench. I watched you at the home games when you were back, and you've been positive because we're not in this spot. The Razorbacks aren't in this spot with what you did November, December, January, February. So I think you know how important you were for this basketball team.
I feel like, yeah, a little bit, but at the same time we on a Sweet 16 run right now, so just want to get in there and help the team out as much as I can. Don't want to, I just don't want to mess it up anyway. Just want to go out there and help them out, give them an extra boost they need.
Well, you can't add a player back as good as you and hurt the team. So you don't have to worry about that. It's only going to help, but you got to make sure that you're right so you can come back and help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there he is, Adou, back on the Hogs Plus. We wish you all the best. Enjoy the Sweet 16. Hopefully, Final 8 games.
Hopefully. Thank you.
Quinn, Quinn, he took a pause there. When I talked about how you are a part of it, we're not here without you. And he said, "Yeah, kinda, but I hadn't been playing. I've just been trying to be there for him." And then, I kind of wanted to point out, you're gonna help us when you come back. You're too good of a player not to help us. Because he said, "I don't want to mess anything up." Did you hear him say that?
Yeah.
He said, "I don't want to mess anything up. I want to fit in."
Though. That's understandable, though, man. I mean, you see he was out there playing extremely hard, and we were losing basketball games, and then he goes out, and then we start winning basketball games, and it's easy to think, like Boogie, he didn't want to mess anything up. I just think it's those guys being extremely humble. I think it's those guys being great team players. I think it's guys really understanding that their teammates are working hard, and they're showing them respect, that we don't want to mess it up. And so I think that's where that humble thing is coming from. But we know, as you said, and I'm glad you told him, and he knows it, that he is going to provide value to this basketball team because he is a great player.
Yeah, absolutely. And you feel for the guys that are hurt because they want to be out there. They want to play. You see it all the time in football. And here it is. And it's kind of humbled him a little bit. And he's had to go through because his knee's not been right. So he's had to worry about trying to get back right. And at the same time, as you said, the team is elevated. And so, and a lot of that had to do with the other guys getting healthy and being better. So look forward to getting him back. I'm sure people, after seeing that he didn't practice, and again, that's not something the Razorbacks would put out, but the media is allowed to come to that practice. And so they were able to sit there and see, hey, he's not dressed out. He's back in street clothes. But I know he's been rehabbing his butt off in the team room on the training table with Matt Townsend, our trainer. Our strength coach, Dave Richardson, been doing stuff with him. They're working on him. And one thing that Matt told me as a week or two ago as we were talking about Adou coming back, every minute and every hour and every day, he's getting closer to being back right. And so I've kept that as a very positive sign. And I think that he will play. I think he will dress out in this game because I think his knee will be better in the rehab. I think they did hold him a little bit as a precaution because his knee was a little sore after that long practice, 2-hour practice Tuesday. And I think that we will see Adou Thiero in a Razorback uniform tonight. And I do think the horn will buzz and he'll run out there and he'll play. So, and as me and Quinn said yesterday, Cal said, what did he say, 10, 15 minutes? And we immediately said 20 or 25 minutes. I don't think it'll be 25, or I don't think it'll be 20 this time. But I thought yesterday
20.
Yeah, I'd probably go on. I'd go over. I would have to go over because I would be too. But I do think that after yesterday, when I saw him in my own eyes, I said this kid could play 24 minutes, no problem. He could play. I don't know if he can play 35 minutes, but he can play 25.
Now it's going to be if he's healthy. I mean, if he's healthy enough to do it.
Right,
you know, because here's the deal. Like you just said it. This is it. This is it. I mean, why are you wouldn't be saving your best players? You know, just you want to win this basketball game. So I think that if he's playing well and he's moving well and he's doing what he needs to do and he's not going to cause any further injury, I mean, I think you'll see him. But I love the fact that we've got a lot of other confident guys, and Billy and Carter that have stepped up. So we'll see how it goes. But if things get sideways, 3's gonna be in the game.
Yeah, ain't no doubt because Cal is like DJ. It's like DJ and Boogie. Quinn has a special trust and a special feel for those players, and the head coach is one deciding who's going to be out there and who's not, and the assistants here help. They help with substitutions. But Adou Thiero is one of those guys. It's a guy that's been there, and Calipari trusts him. He believes in him, and he knows that he can make winning plays. So, yeah.
And you know what? We hadn't talked about this, man. We hadn't talked about this. But I think Cal is, I mean, he digs into the mindset and the psyche of his players. Because I think he took a lot of pressure off Boogie Flynn when he told him, say, look, man, I'm going to need you. This is what I need you to do. I'm going to need you to play defense. I'm going to need you to just get out there, be disruptive and all that. He didn't really say anything, about him taking over. You're going to play off the ball. I just need you to make a play. So assigning them a role that's going to help the basketball team, and it's something that it's a little bit different than what they normally do. To me, if I go out there, I know I've been the ringleader for all these games, and now I'm coming back. I don't want to mess anything up. Coach, tell me exactly what I can do. And if you go out there and do those things, you're going to help this basketball team. Now, Boogie's starting to get a little bit more comfortable. He's starting to he had that Boogie shake against St. John's just a little bit, Yeah. And so I think Coach Cal is giving them a pass to say, hey, this is what just go out there and help us. And then eventually, that DNA of being a dog is going to take over.
Yep, I agree. And that's what he tries to put into his guys, and he gives them that confidence. So big ball game tonight. A couple other things. We talked about how many 3-pointers that they shoot. We talked about they only play man-to-man defense. Texas Tech, they don't press any. They'll press if we're up 10 with a minute left. They're going to press, sure. They're not a pressing team in general. They do rebound pretty good. And our rebounding is consistently gotten so much better, really, with the evolution of Jonas and Trevin Brazil. We were a team that was getting out rebounded a lot of games in our league. Remember, we went 8-10 in the league. And now we are finally, just recently, we now have 1,244 rebounds. Our opponents got 1,228. We're in the plus. We have finally moved back into the plus in rebounding. We are a better rebounding team than we've been. We are now plus 5 rebounds a game. There was games we were getting out rebounded by 15 or 18. We're plus in turnovers. We average 11. Our opponents have over 12. And we block 8 shots. We block 6 shots a game and we steal 8. That's a lot, folks. When you have a combo of stealing the ball and a combo of blocking shots like that, 8 steals, 6 blocks, just as Quinn said earlier, you are athletic, people. You're athletic. If you got 14 combined, I coached 3 teams that led, 3 years in a row, teams I was coaching as assistant, we led the country in steals. I know it's about steal. Now, we'd steal 12 or 13, but we were pressing all the time. But we'd only block 1 or 2 shots. These Razorbacks blocking 6 shots a game. One of the best in all of college basketball. Folks, as long as Coach Calipari's here, get used to blocking shots. Because we've said it over and over, he's going to get the best players. He's going to recruit the best players. We have good money at Arkansas. And he's going to have the best athletes. He's always going to have the Anthony Davis kinds that are blocking shots. I've never seen him a team in Kentucky couldn't block shots except for one. That was his team that went to the NIT. That didn't block shots very well. His COVID team wasn't very good. They didn't block any shots. So 2 teams in 14 years, and all of his years at Memphis, they were always blocking shots and athletic. So get used to it. Get used to watching us tattoo shots. Big ball game tonight, folks. I hope you enjoy watching it. Quinn, any closing thoughts on Arkansas versus Texas Tech?
Well, we're in beautiful San Francisco, and at the Sweet 16. Doesn't get any better than that. It's good to see Hog fans trickling in. My motto this week is we're not going to check out. I don't want to check out of the hotels. I want to continue to play, and then I want to make sure that we get a chance to go to San Antonio. So, no, this is what it's all about. Everything that you've gone through this entire season, the ups and the downs, like you said, it don't matter because everybody's really 0-0 right now. So we don't really care about those 13 losses. It's about what you can do right now. This basketball team is equipped to beat everybody in the remaining field.
Yeah.
I mean, even as bad as things have been, and we say bad, I mean, it ain't been that bad. I mean, but I think I think we say bad because some people say bad simply because of the expectations and what happened with that Kansas game. But this is it, man. This basketball team, there's something weird. I said it. There's something special brewing with this basketball team, and they just need to continue to ride the wave.
Yeah, absolutely. I like how you say that. There is something special about them. Wasn't the best regular season we've ever had by far, but it could be the most special postseason, and we've got a chance to do that here. 4 games away from a national championship. It starts tonight here in San Francisco. The Razorbacks versus Texas Tech. The winner advances to the NCAA Elite 8.
Well, all right, Z and Tara, that's how we'll wrap up this edition of the Razorback Daily, a Sport and Story production. I'm Quinn Grovey alongside my man, Matt Zimmerman, and we'll talk tomorrow.